Hey there, Max Mortillaro from TECHunplugged. I'm here at KubeCon 2024 in Paris, and I'm here with Massdriver. Is that correct?
Yeah, Massdriver. That's
Great.
us.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Cory O'Daniel, CEO and co-founder of Massdriver. I've been in the operations space for about 20 years. And one of the things we're trying to do is make platform engineering a bit easier for teams to get to, right? You have a lot of companies that they've got great DevOps engineers, great operations engineers. They're overworked, understaffed, under-budgeted, and now they have this requirement of scaling themselves to get to platform engineering, and a lot of them find it hard to do, right? And so we're trying to build a tool that makes it very easy for them to get there without throwing away all the security and compliance when developers have self-service.
So that sounds very interesting because usually the dev and the ops side are not really talking too much. So tell me how you make the magic happen.
Yeah, so I think the key thing is we try not to make either team learn a new tool, right? If you're an operations engineer, you're probably familiar with Terraform or Helm or Ansible. You've got security and compliance tools you use. Maybe you use Snyk, maybe you use Datadog security. And so we have this concept called a bundle. It's effectively a tool that lets you package all of your IAC compliance and security tooling into like a single deliverable. And now your developers are just saying, not that I want to learn Terraform or I want to check off or I want to learn all this stuff to get Postgres. I can just say I want Postgres. So when they drag it onto the canvas, developers don't have to learn any of your tooling. They diagram. They know how to do this. They drag Postgres onto the canvas. It'll deploy with Terraform because that's what you said we deploy with. It'll use all of your security and compliance tooling. The only thing a developer had to say is, I want Postgres. They get exposed a certain number of fields that you choose, like what to expose to them. They can fine tune their configuration, set the version, set a couple different things about the instance, but you can effectively put all the guardrails that you want like around this UI to make sure that they're getting the ability to have self-service, but not the ability to kind of throw compliance and security by the wayside.
So that sounds really interesting. I saw the canvas, your colleague was showing that looks really very intuitive, how you pull all the things together. How do you handle that from, let's say the black magic of networking and all of this stuff? Is that something that you handle there also, plugging all the things together?
Yeah, so it's all handled by your ops team, right? So you're, I think the example that he showed you, we had a VPC that was designed, and we were connecting a database to it. And so you can essentially use all the tools that you know, but then we have a configuration where you can apply additional constraints. So we effectively have like a cloud type system. And so in that example that he was showing you, that VPC was saying that it effectively had internal and private subnets, and you can build rules into how things connect to say, like, our databases can never go onto a public subnet. You don't have to worry about somebody accidentally putting it on one. It's just not possible because it doesn't project any of that information.
So I'm getting it right that your audience is more on the platform engineering side and more the ops side, kind of as an enabler for the devs to build easily without having to worry about, let's say, the broader context of getting all of the building blocks together and the compliance and so on. Right?
Exactly, like they know the use cases of what they want, right? They're sitting there like, I need Dynamo, right? They don't need to read a white paper on how to write the Terraform and configure all the alarms, right? So we let operations engineers do what they're good at, publish it, and then developers can just kind of grab and go what they need. And then we keep an infrastructure bill of materials, so at any point in time, ops can hop in, see, oh, I've got 14 instances of this Terraform module, and here are all the resources that are deployed. We keep a full history of all their changes as well, so you can see like what developers have changed, what's changed over time, and it kind of helps you get an understanding of like what people are self-serving, not just letting them self-serve blindly.
That sounds really amazing. I really like the approach. Maybe that's the ops side in me. I don't know. Maybe my colleague here as well.
I'm an ops engineer. I'm with you.
So one last question. Is that your first KubeCon, and what do you think about the overall atmosphere here and the dynamics that you're seeing in this event?
It is my first KubeCon, and I think it's been fantastic. I mean, honestly, we were, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, we were concerned about like where our booth is because we're like kind of in the back corner, but I mean, people have been dropping by nonstop, and one of the other things I was worried about is like platform engineering. Like, we're one of the people that talk about platform engineering all the time, and we were curious what people at KubeCon would think of our product, and we're getting positive reception. Like, we're just meeting a ton of people that they're DevOps engineers and their title was just changed, but the habits aren't. The business isn't changing. They're not investing in the culture. They're not moving towards platform engineering. They just changed the title and expect everything to change. So they're trying to figure out, like, how do I get the resources to scale our team? Like, we're not getting more budget to hire more people, but I have this new demand of like being able to serve more engineers faster. Right, so it's resonating well with people. That was super exciting. Was nervous before I got here about that, but yeah.
No, it's pretty amazing. That's something that we're seeing as well. Very, very dynamic. And compared to the previous edition where we've been at, a much more, let's say, diverse, audience from a role standpoint.
Yeah.
It's not just devs anymore, and so on. So thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to catch up again anytime soon.
Awesome. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank
you.
you.
Bye.